What's going on out there, sports world? This is Derek Martin from 3 Dreams. We got a lot to talk about today. Breaking news about an hour ago, Kawhi Leonard wants out of San Antonio. Big question, why? I mean, great organization, legendary coach. He knows how to win. You don't got to worry about that with Coach Pop. One reason might be the fact that Coach Pop is talking about possibly retiring after year 2020. That might be one of the reasons why, but I think it's deeper than that. San Antonio has been known to keep everything in-house. There's got to be more to it. I don't think Leonard's just mad for no reason. He feels betrayed by the organization, but I think a lot of stuff we're not getting yet. 2 teams that's been brought up are the Lakers and the Knicks. Now, the state that both teams are in, whoever gets him, they're automatically getting an upgrade. Possibly a playoff contender. It's a game changer no matter what. Now, if he goes to either one, you got to talk about what's it going to cost at this point, right? For me, I think it's a better deal for the Spurs if he goes to New York. We'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about this Laker team, right? They'll be willing to give up a first-round pick. This year they have the 25th pick. But as far as talent, to me, this roster is not, it doesn't stand out as far as players that you can load up in a package deal. So let's talk about it. You got to give up the 25th pick. That's obvious. I think you also got to lose Kuzma. I think he's got to go. If you're trying to bring in one of the top players who's a 2-way player, I think Kuzma's got to be one of the guys you give up. With that, Isaiah Thomas. I'm going to tell you in a little bit why. Future picks also got to go. You got to give up more than that. It's just not going to be enough. I think that package might be able to draw the interest. But definitely Kuzma, Isaiah Thomas. Let's take a question real quick. Why not Ball? Are they afraid of his daddy? If you could trade Ball, obviously do it. But I don't know. I don't really see Coach Pop wanting to deal with that circus. The Spurs organization as a whole, they're a quiet organization. I don't think they want Ball. That's why I didn't list him. Now, the reason I say I throw Isaiah Thomas in there is there was clearly issues with Isaiah and LeBron James. Now, you're saying, Leonard, where's LeBron playing to this, right? Because if they land Leonard, they have a real shot at bringing LeBron James in, besides all the speculation of his son going to in high school out there, right? Because LeBron wants actual help. He's let it be known this year. You bring in Leonard, that is real help. I mean, Leonard might be one of the only guys in the NBA that can actually shut down LeBron James. I shouldn't say shut him down, but, contain him on a regular basis. So you take that away, and now, wow, we're talking something scary. New York Knicks. This makes sense too. They get to the Spurs, if they do a trade, they'll be able to move 9 spots up in the draft, right? So they're going to be looking for a young star. So that trade, as far as getting that pick, that makes sense. Some players I can see getting brought into this. Hardaway Jr., Beasley, future picks, obviously. I was looking at the rosters, and I don't think they're going to really want another big man such as O'Quinn. He definitely has a high ceiling. Cantor, I don't think they'll want him. They're pretty good when it comes to the big men. I think they're going to want to go younger, get a guard from the New York Knicks, and I think that first-round pick at the number 9 spot is definitely appealing. As a Knicks fan, who do you want to let go? To be honest, and that's another thing the Knicks have. They have Porzingis. They have Porzingis, if need to, they can throw him out there. But I do not see the Knicks trading Porzingis. But I would be okay with the names I brought up: Hardaway, Beasley. When you're going to get arguably a player that's top 3 in the NBA, I mean, you got to be willing to give up. So Leonard's going to be a game changer for the Knicks if he can go there. I would love to be able to see if they keep Porzingis and Leonard now. Oh, man, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. In the East, besides the Celtics, I mean, this automatically puts us up there in that conversation of being respected with Philadelphia, Boston, and you would have to throw the Knicks in there. Let's move this into free agency. Now, top names out there that we've been seeing: LeBron James, Paul George, and Chris Paul, right? How does this affect them? If I'm any of these guys, any of them, I don't care. It doesn't matter. You pick them. You have to wait. Do not make a move until you see what happens with this trade. I mean, if I'm LeBron James and Leonard might go to LA, if there's that possibility, why sign anywhere? Why not? You know, you got to wait. Same with Paul George, because he's been tied to LA. I wait to see if that actually happens. Can you imagine LeBron James, Leonard, Paul George? I mean, this is a whole new Laker team. Whole new. Chris Paul, I don't know if it really affects him, but let's say he, Leonard gets traded, because that's what it's going to be, a trade. Let's say he goes to a market that we're not expecting, in a trade. That might actually help Chris Paul now, and that team might be able to offer him the max deal. But if I'm Chris Paul, there's no real reason. I think he should take the max deal from Houston if they're willing to give it to him. Keep competing for a ring, at least being one of the teams that actually push Golden State, because there's not too many teams out there doing it. Question from a fan: what if Boston comes calling? Whew. Are you asking, you're talking about to trade for Leonard? Is that the question? Until that one responds. Another question is, would this be ring chasing for Chris Paul? I feel like you're already ring chasing if you're Chris Paul. I mean, you're getting up there in age. He's in his 30s. I want to say 33, I believe, 34-ish. Don't hold me to that. I don't remember her exact age, but his body's taking a beating, man, over his career. So even if he is in the low 30s, I feel like his body's ahead of that. So yeah, it's time to ring chase. If that's, him staying in Houston, somehow being a surprise factor to end up with Leonard or LeBron, something. That other fan did respond. Yes, talking about Boston. Woo, man, if Boston can bring in Leonard, we got problems. The NBA, you got real problems now. I don't even know how you stop this. You got Hayward, Kyrie, Tatum. You throw Leonard in this. Wow. I would love to watch that finals of them versus Golden State. That is scary. That is ridiculous. As it is, Boston plays defense. So now you get this two-way player. They would have no issues just literally running over the East. It wouldn't even be a question. Now you talk about that lineup versus Golden State, and wow. I think that's a series we can see going Game 7 with the talent that's there. And, they're only going to mature. Those guys this year were young. They pushed the LeBron James team. Who's to say they wouldn't have gotten swept? We'll never know that. But those guys, Rozier, who struggled in there, I think all these guys are going to mature and actually become better players come this next season. I don't question it. And they have one of the best coaches coaching right now. I'm sorry. To throw Leonard on that team, ridiculous. My only question is, Irvin's talking about leaving. I wonder if that helps him stay. I get that vibe that Kyrie wants to kind of shine on his own. He gives me that vibe. But if you get Leonard on your team with all the pieces that's there, that's got to be very, very attractive, a very appealing, offer. I think Boston would have a strong case of keeping him then. Man, we're talking about just a couple of months away, guys. Just a couple of months away from the NFL starting up. We got Myles Garrett out here calling out Kevin Durant. Wow. Like, are you serious? You're calling out Kevin Durant, who is respected around the league as far as his talent, arguably top 3 in the league, and you want to call out Kevin Durant. Okay. Huh. Yeah, Kevin Durant did go to Golden State to get his 2 rings. Yeah. He's an MVP. 2-time finals MVP. How about you worry about just winning 1 game? Don't bring that hate towards Kevin Durant yet. No. Win a game, brother. Worry about that. Your 7 sacks, they were impressive. You had some injuries to deal with. Worry about that. Worry about Cleveland. Y'all got your own mess going on. What? Come on, man. I thought that was foolishness of that man. You got too much going on right now in Cleveland. There's a lot of excitement. I definitely think Cleveland will be a new team. I think they do have a bright future, but I thought it was silliness. Do they win a game this year? I think they win a few games. I got them, to be honest, I think I could see them winning at least 8 games and pushing in the AFC, mind you, the key word is AFC, for a wild card spot. I point out that as the AFC because the NFC, I feel like the last couple of years, we've had that swing where the NFC is now more dominant. I think I can see the Cleveland Browns sneaking into a wild card. I mean, think about it. We've seen Buffalo sneak in and they were changing quarterbacks out. There was times where they looked inconsistent. I can see it. I can see that happening. Does he have to win a game first? Who's that? Garrett? Yeah. Oh, and to me, if you want to talk about Kevin Durant, yeah, you have to win. I mean, this sounds silly. I mean, wow. Would Paul George go back to Indy? Ooh. I mean, I feel like Paul George's only question throughout his time there was, please just get me help. Please. I beg you. Anybody? Oh, you hear that? Oh, nothing? That's exactly what Indy said. There was nothing on the other end. No help, no nothing. No, I don't think he will go back there. I'm not sure Indy wants him back as far as the fans. I feel like it was kind of sour the way the breakup took place. Oh, man, I don't see that happening. But moving on, staying in football because I'm so excited about this. Football right around the corner. Lamar Jackson getting some starting reps at quarterback. Woo! Listen, man, everyone wants to talk about Lamar. Either you hate him or you love him. There's no in between. But listen, this is not a big deal. Him getting these reps, it's not a big deal at all. Listen, we're talking about these practices. These dudes, they drafted him high, yes. His chance is going to come. I think this is nothing more of seeing what he can do with the starters. This is still Flacco's team. Let's not forget, he won this team a Super Bowl. They're not giving up on him just in the beginning of the season. No. Flacco will start out the starter. They're going to give him the opportunity to lose his job. The key word's he's going to lose his job. They're not just going to give it to Lamar Jackson. It's not like this is a situation where Flacco's done nothing for the organization. This situation might motivate Flacco as well to play better. I mean, it's been rough for Flacco the last couple of seasons, Lamar comes in. They're talking about Baltimore's using these, gimmick plays where both quarterbacks are on the field. I don't see it. I think Joe Flacco's the guy. You have to respect it. Does he replace Flacco? We need a real quarterback. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the part. Lamar was brought in to replace Flacco. Not necessarily today, not necessarily mid-season, but definitely come his sophomore year, junior year. I think that's the plan, to move on from Flacco. Listen, what Lamar brings to the table is unbelievable. His speed is unreal, but he's got to work on some mechanics. He's got to work on that arm a little bit. Once he gets that down and puts it all together, it's going to be scary. Does this cause an issue with Jackson development if they use Jackson as a gimmick? I don't think so. Let's talk about the Patriots, for example. When they game plan literally week by week. We've seen them use every running back under the sun. This is just how they play. I think if you're bringing, you have a special package just for Lamar, I don't think it's going to hurt his development. I think the main focus for Baltimore still will be him being a quarterback at the end of the day. I don't think this takes away from that. Guys, Cleveland again on just out here talking. I guess that's what they do. They feel as though they have the best receiving core. Now, what I want you guys to drop down in the comment box who you guys think has the best receiving core, if it's Cleveland or anyone else. Let me know. For me, man, listen, they obviously have a lot of talent now. I think the moves they've done, bringing in a Juice, that's awesome. I think that definitely skyrockets this receiving core. I'm not sure about Gordon yet. I'm not sold on the few games he played last year yet. I mean, the dude hasn't been on the field a full season in, what's it been, like 4 or 5 years now? And we still don't know we're going to get that this year. We don't. Who's to say he doesn't get suspended again? So, for me, in no type of order, this is just some of my top receiving groups, I'm sorry. I have Pittsburgh Steelers. Wow. These dudes out here can ball. Atlanta, what'd they do? Got another Julio Jones pretty much in Ridley. Stop it. Like, how do you stop that? That's unreal. And I could be a little biased, but I think our top two receivers are pretty good themselves. Odell and Shepard, if healthy. I'm not saying that they're necessarily the best, but I think they could be a great receiving core given time. Boo. Yeah, that's all right. Hey, I had to show my Giants love. Come on now. You know this. Gordon can't get off the weed. That's my point. I don't know. He's got to show me that he can stay clean, man. This is bad. I'm not quick to say, yeah, he's part of one of the best receiving cores yet in the NFL. Yeah, I need a little more time from him on that field. Now, don't get me wrong. They got the talent. This team can make some noise with their receiving core, but I like the Steelers, man, and ATL for sure. They got some ballers out there. I mean, I'm glad both those teams aren't in my division. That's gonna be something to stop right there. How about the Rams? As far as what? Their receiving core? Yeah, here's the thing. I don't know how I feel about Goff yet, and that plays a role in it. If we're talking about the receiving core, obviously the Rams, they're gonna run all day, and you can't stop that. But guys, this is a wrap up for 3 Dreams. Please hit the like button in the video, comment, below. Let us know what you want to talk about, or definitely let me know what receiving core you have as your top. You guys be good.